Good morning. Welcome to Brewing Happiness. It's Magic Monday, where we're going to share a cup of coffee and talk about a little magic in our lives and how to make them happier, how to be happier. That's what this show is all about, right? It's just me rambling on about some subject and how it impacts you and how it brings you how your life is impacted by the things that are going on around you, right? Well, take a look around here. I've been talking about colors. Today we're going to talk about colors. And I was talking to someone recently and we were talking about my set here, and she said, you've pretty much broken every rule or every piece of advice I would give someone when it comes to creating a virtual set or an on-camera set. She said, but it works for you, right? Because I like to think of myself as colorful, right? There's a lot to me. There's a lot going on. So you look around this room, there's a lot going on. I always try to wear white just because I don't want to compete with all the colors in the room, right? I like to wear white. Maybe they say white is the combination of all colors. Maybe I just don't like to make a decision. I don't know. I love color. When I was a kid, I painted my room lots of crazy colors, right? I always had color going on. In my home, I always have colored accent walls. People always say, oh, you have so much color. I'm not afraid of paint. If you don't like it, you just paint over it. So we moved into a new house about 3 years, and we decided 3 years ago and committed to blue. So we have a cobalt blue stove and a cobalt blue sink, and we call our house 50 Shades of Blue. Never met a color blue I didn't like. So turns out color is impactful in our lives, in our moods, in our well-beings, in our connectedness. But the interesting thing is many, many studies on color, but much controversy about these studies. Not much conclusive scientific evidence about color. Because while there's plenty of meaning out there, you can go out and find any old color chart and what the meaning of all those colors are, or what those colors represent, or what emotions those colors are going to invoke in us. The truth is, colors are personal, and they are based on personal experience, right? In other words, the impact of a color on us is so subjective. It is colored by our memories, our experiences, maybe our culture or our religion. This is a bit of unsettled science. Now, a study in Seoul, Korea found that 92% of those in the study said color was the most important factor in choosing a product, right? And this was across all kinds of industries, across many, many different kinds of products. And in fact, 85% of those people in that study said that the color had more than a 50% impact on their choice of decision making. Now, the Institute for Color says we make instant, unconscious decisions about people, or opinions about people and about products in the first 90 seconds of awareness, and that these decisions are colored 60 to 90% by color alone, but that perception is colored by our perception, right? Our feeling of those colors. So University of Maryland says color increases brand recognition by over 80%. That's why, Fanta, great big orange sign. Coca-Cola, big red sign. Everybody has their color that they associate with their brand. Now, the Journal on Experimental Psychology says color can actually increase our memory and our recall. Adding color adds context, it adds visual clues, it helps things that can improve our reading, retention, and comprehension. Hey man, those picture books aren't just for kids, right? We love color, and color's big for business and for branding, right? Branding is everything. 92% believe color presents an image of impressive quality. Like, so 92% of us prefer a color image over a black and white image. Shocking, right? We feel, brands feel, companies feel color can assist in attracting new customers. 90% of us believe customers remember presentations and documents better when color is used. Think to yourself, when you see a sign in color versus one in black and white, you're just more attracted to it. You tend to look at it. You probably look at it longer, and therefore your memory and your recall are impacted by it, right? 83% of us believe color makes them appear more successful, and 81% think color gives them a competitive advantage. All right. Let's see. Debbie says, I worked with a woman for 30 years about life colors. Each one of us has a life color that shows us what lessons we are to learn. Better than astrology. Oh, isn't that interesting? I would love to learn more about it because I was a little hesitant to assign meaning or value to color. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but because there's so much evidence that this is colored by us and our experiences, right? Color's part of our evolutionary process, as a matter of fact, right? So over 80% of our sensual input, the 80% of what we perceive through our senses is visual. So that's a big percentage, isn't it? 80% is based on what we see. In fact, even today, this was evolutionary, but even today, 80% of our primary source of information comes from our eyes. Our brains require stimulation, right? Think of solitary confinement. They take away all stimulation by putting someone in a gray, colorless room. That's a punishment because we require input, and color is input. It's a huge part of it. It is probably the expressive qualities, primarily of color, but also of shape, that spontaneously affect the passively receiving mind, whereas the tectonic structure of pattern, characteristic of shape, but also found in color, engages the actively organizing mind. This is by Arnheim, Rudolph, Art and Visual Perception, University of California, Berkeley. Anyway, the idea is color is impacting us. It's cultural, right? We have color in our language. Do you feel blue today? Are you green with envy? Are you seeing red? Are you living in a black and white world, right? Color it's everywhere. It's around us. It's part of it's part of the way we communicate. But again, these colors are more influenced by our personal experience or memories than the color itself. So red, for instance, is associated with danger, excitement, a sense of urgency, right? But what if your grandma's kitchen was decorated in red? And you associate that red color with warmth and invitingness and love. You probably have a different reaction to red than other people, right? Well, colors are usually put into categories, cool or warm. So warm colors, red, orange, yellow, they remind us of the sun, heat, warmth, right? Visually warm colors feel closer to us. They feel like they're moving towards us. We are easing into the warm colors. Then there's the cool colors, blue, green, purple. And they provide a sense of calm because they remind us of nature, right? The sky, the ocean, the forest. Those are the colors of nature. And these colors, cool colors, seem to be moving away from us, right? They seem to be moving farther away from us. I don't know, just fun facts. Not a lot of real science surrounding color because it's so very, very subjective, right? How we feel about colors, how we react to them is dependent on our personal experiences, our culture, our religion, our environment. And the one area where color has truly been extensively studied is in marketing, right? Branding and marketing. That's one area where they've done tons of studies. But again, the studies came back saying colors don't mean the same thing to most people, or one color doesn't mean the same thing to everyone, right? We're colored by our personal experiences. But what they found was that color is, in the terms of brand and marketing, that a brand has a personality, right? And it makes you feel a certain way. And what really is important is are your colors congruent with the brand personality? Does it make sense? Does it make you feel the way the brand is supposed to make you feel, right? So the Apple people, everything is that cool, gray, slick, new, emerging technology kind of thing. Fanta, again, orange, bright. That's a happy color. Fanta wants you to think happy party. Think Harley Davidson, right? Color has to be appropriate. Harley Davidson's personality is that of ruggedness, masculinity, right? And maybe a pink bedazzled hog, probably not going to sell well to that crowd. If you're coming looking for, you associate with the brand, right? You hook up with that feeling of ruggedness and masculinity and open road. A pink bedazzled bike, not in that category, right? It's incongruent. It makes us. It doesn't make us feel like the brand wants us to feel. Right? Those are when the brand colors maybe don't work. And interestingly enough, there are color preferences by gender. Well, maybe that's not that surprising, is it? Now, across both genders, here's blue, favorite color of everybody. Boys, girls, men, women. Everybody likes blue as their favorite color. That was kind of interesting. But then purple, big disparity of purple. Purple was a high score with women, but among their favorite colors, but scored not so good with men. We don't see a whole lot of purple power tools out there, right? So not so much men, not so much with the purple. Men prefer bold colors. They want shades that have like black added to them, bold, crisp colors. Women prefer tints, right? We like softer shades. We like the colors that have the white added to them, that the colors blurred a little bit. And the name of the color is highly important. They tested people who reacted differently to when shown the very same color with a different name. So it turns out we're not that crazy about brown, but we love mocha, right? Brown's associated. Brown is brown. It's nondescript. It's boring. It's brown. Dirt. Mocha. Delicious, warm, inviting, right? Paint colors. Paints with fancy names like Smoky Mountain Gray. Much more desirable than gray, even though the swatch you were shown might have been the exact same color. So colors do affect us, right? They affect our mood and our energy. We wear colors. We surround ourselves with colors. So how do you design your life for maximum effect? That's what Ty Debbie's talking about. A woman who learns about life colors. How do we surround ourselves with colors that are the right ones for us, right? You might paint a room white to give it a clean, pure feeling. You might paint a wall red to add some energy or movement to your room. Now, there is a color emotion chart. Okay, and I am going to try to show it to you. All right, there's a little bit of movie magic here for a second. Well, I should have had this prepared. I'm not that smart. Okay, let's see if we can do this. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let's see. How does this look? Okay, let's do this. Nope. There we go. That's what I want to show. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Exciting stuff here with putting stuff on the screen. Okay. But now it's too small for me to actually read it. So here we go. Here's our color emotion chart. So purple, authority, royal, mastery, creative, right? Pink, fun, sensitive, calm, warmth, respect. Blue, cool, content, control, determination, goals. Green, well-being, healthy, nourishment, growth. Yellow, fun, creative, happy. Orange, playful, freedom, warmth, joy, optimism. Orange and yellow, the colors of happiness, by the way. Red, love, death, passion, anger, emotion. So those are the basic color, right? Let's see, now I gotta put everything back where it was so I can go back to what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. So having the blues. Why is the color that is the most popular color with both men and women associated with being depressed or having the blues? Well, it turns out back in the 30s, Siegfried Katz of the New York Psychiatric Institute published a study in the journal Psychology, and it was called Color Preferences of the Insane. So basically, you guessed it, he did a study of 134 mental patients incarcerated in a mental hospital patients, and they, surprisingly, they preferred blue. And so he published a study implying that the favorite color of the insane was blue, and therefore the color of blue. So that's how we got the blues. That's how we taught it. You have the blues. And it's interesting the way language colors the conversation, right? Because of his study, it implied that blue was the color of the depressed and mentally unwell. But blue can help you feel cool and content. It helps with goals and determination, right? Not sure how it got linked with the blues. Blue's a happy color in my book. All right, green. Green is seen as the color of health. You notice a lot of health organizations use green in their logo. It's the color of nourishment and growth, right? Surrounding yourself with colors of green can really help you feel restored and help you feel, it naturally helps restore our mood, right? This is why spending time in nature is such a boon, because when you think of spending time in nature, it's almost always going to be someplace that's green, right? You're going to spend someplace by a tree or in a park, or it's an effective way to balance our mood. And green implies regeneration, right? When we charge our phones, we get a green signal. Black, red, down, we need help, emergency, green, go. Everything is good, right? It's funny how these how colors get in our psyche. Then gray, we were talking about gray. Incidentally, gray provides many of the same calming benefits as green. It's not black, it's not white, not here, not there, somewhere in the center. And that encourages feelings of stability, authority, possibility, and strength. Gray represents structure. Think of buildings. Buildings are almost always gray, right? Stability and structure. Now, yellow. Yellow has a huge impact on our mood. It represents happiness, clarity, brightness. Yay! It can spark creativity, energy. But studies show a little too much yellow can be depressing. In fact, one study showed that babies exposed to too much yellow cried more often, caused them stress. Yellow's so intense. It's intense. So we want yellow in small doses. You might, too much yellow can cause forgetfulness and loss of focus, right? It's so powerful that it can stimulate the brain. And for doing it for too long periods can increase anxiety and even cause low self-esteem. So with yellow's so powerful, we want to keep it in small doses, right? You want a pop of yellow, a nice pillow, some sunflowers, a yellow vase. We definitely want yellow in our life, but be aware, too much yellow can be overwhelming. And then there's purple. Soothing, wisdom, luxury, creativity. And it's kind of an interesting color, right? It's a blend of red and blue. Red is anger and danger. blue is calm and serenity. So you got a nice balance, right? It's different from the other colors in the spectrum. It's kind of unique. When you look at a rainbow or you look at a spectrum of colors, our eyes are drawn to the purple. It's the purple that stands out to us, right? And it's that mixture of calm and excitement. It can help you feel creative, but it can be disruptive. It's so different from the other colors. It can grab and hold your attention. It can actually distract you. Purple, powerful purple, right? So then finally white. Now white is considered the combination of all colors, or a neutral color. It brings clarity and purpose. White can lift your mood. It can be a new beginning, right? Take anything. Take any old piece of crap and cover it with a spray coat of white paint. Ooh, everything looks new, covered in a clean coat of white, right? And when combined with green or yellow, now clean, natural, mental sensations of clarity, lifting us up. So anyway, white is considered a color, considered having its own set of power, its own set of emotions that go with it. But like we said, as colors are totally subjective, as they are totally influenced by your life and your memories and your experiences, they may not affect you in these ways, right? You might have different opinions about the colors. So what do we have to do when we want to fill our life with colors? We want to use colors to impact our mood and to make things different. Pay attention, right? Pay attention about how different colors make you feel. How do you feel when you're in a room painted a certain color, or when you wear a certain color? Pay attention to how colors make you feel and how they make you look and how people react to you based on what colors you're wearing, right? Consciously choose colors as you need them. Now, I remember when I was in business, when I was in corporate, anytime I had to do a presentation or I had something big going on that day, I wore red. I had a couple of favorite red dresses and blouses that I wore on days like that. They made me feel powerful, confident, courageous, right? Today I wear turquoise. Today I wear turquoise a lot when I want to lift my mood, right? When I want to feel more cheerful or optimistic. First of all, I always get compliments. I must look good in turquoise. It must reflect well on my face. I always get compliments. The reflection of the turquoise must be very powerful. Plus, it makes me feel happy. And then what happens when you feel happy? You smile. You greet people with happiness. Happiness is reflected back to you. I also wear a lot of white. If you notice, I wear a lot of white here. I wear it on the show because, like I said, don't want to compete with what's going on behind me. But I wear it in my real life too. It makes me feel special. It makes me feel noticeable, right? I stand out. White's supposed to be the combination of all colors, so it makes me feel powerful. I have the power of all the colors working for me. Did I make this up? Maybe. Maybe those feelings are just me, and that's just how I feel when I wear a white. But that's what colors are. They're personal. They're personal to each of us. So that's the end. That's the question at the end of the day, right? What colors impact you? What color? How do you feel? And being aware, just like everything, that awareness is everything. Start being aware. Does your mood shift when you walk into a yellow room or a purple room? Well, I don't know how many purple rooms there are, but you know what I mean. Does your mood shift when you see certain colors? Can you actively and consciously use those colors to shift your mood? Like anything, the more we know, the more we know. The more we know, the more we can act on it and understand it. If you're in a situation and there's a color bombardment going on and you're feeling a little out of sorts, just be aware. Maybe there is some, maybe the colors are impacting you more than you would like in that moment. Remember, yellow, it can be intense. It can give you anxiety. Yellow, happy yellow. Too much of anything is not a good thing, right? So figure out your colors. Like I said, when I went looking to read about colors, Most of the information I found had to do with branding and colors, products and colors, selling things, and how colors influence our decision making, how they influence our feelings about things, and how we make decisions based on feelings, right? We make our decisions based on feelings. So if color influences your feeling, it can therefore influence your decision making powers. Color, it's around us everywhere. Think about it a little bit. Maybe bring some colors in when you need some help. Eliminate colors that are maybe causing you trouble. But anyway, just be conscious. Learn more. Anyway, that's our story for today. Colors. Go out and look at the colorful world around you. Smile when you see a color you like. Step away from a color you don't like. Or at least understand that mood change maybe was not just accidental, didn't come out of nowhere. We are being influenced and bombarded by sensations and sensory perceptions all day, every day, right? All around us. And the more aware we are of the chain reaction, the I saw this, I felt this, I did this. That's how we color our decisions. That's how we color our moods. That's how we color our lives. Anyway, that's our Magic Monday for today. Thanks for spending it with me. Until tomorrow, with our special guest, Amber Rose will be here tomorrow to talk about our sacred soul path and the cosmic codes that we are all born to, illuminating the path and the purpose of our lives. It's going to be very, very exciting. So join me tomorrow with my guest from the UK, Amber Rose, as we discuss our soul path, our soul journey, a little deeper than today's foray into the color spectrum. But what do you think about colors? Leave me a note. Love to know what your thought on colors are, what you thought about today's show. So that's it for today. Until tomorrow, make it a happy day.